No matter what you've seen or heard or read, nothing compares to playing this thing from beginning to end. It's a video game. You gotta play it.
No spoilers. Now, am I gonna buy The Last of Us Part 2? Yes. Why am I gonna buy it? Because I love the first game. Now, what I have a problem with is the fact they're ruining characters. As a writer, I can look at this from both sides, and I can see, like, if people complained about my stuff, I'd be like, hey, screw you. I don't think I'm ruining it at all. I think I'm doing what I like. So, maybe, giving him the benefit of the doubt, maybe Neil Druckmann really likes what he's done. But, given the current PC era, where everything is so woke, did I use that word right? I've been called a boomer before. I'm not even in my mid-20s, but I can see this from both sides. And I know that if people were like, oh, you're ruining your stuff, I'd be pretty ticked off. I'd be like, hey, I love what I'm doing, so I don't care what you think. And that is how Neil should be thinking. If he actually does believe in what he's doing, if he does like it. He wrote the first game. I assume it's just him on board. But I think there was a second person involved in writing. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about the behind-the-scenes stuff for this shit. I don't know very much about the leaks. Now let's talk very briefly about deaths. I want to make this clear because Naughty Dog manually strikes videos. I am not talking about the leaks. If I bring up anything that sounds reminiscent of what you may or may not have in your story, these are all theories of mine that I myself am thinking about. These are all random things that I myself am coming up with. I'm not saying any of this stuff is confirmed, and I'm not saying any of this stuff was leaked information. So before you try to strike me down, you can't. One of our favorite old men, badass beards, one of those guys dies. How does he die? Very poorly from what I heard. From what I heard, this president just gets his head beat in with a golf club.
Right beforehand, you fucking said, sir. Sir? Okay. Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir. I apologize. Motherfucker. I apologize now.
So this is just 100% speculation on my part. But I guess
eyebrow scar
dies, and I guess you play the character who kills her? Now that to me, I just wouldn't play. I just would not do that. Now that's not because I'm so woke that I can't kill a woman in a game. I wouldn't play it because my fondness for these characters. They cannot mess up part 1. It's like movies. If one's amazing, that will always be amazing. Nothing can ruin it. So part 1 will always be my favorite. And as far as I'm concerned, the cliffhanger at the end, if you can really call it that, I didn't consider a cliffhanger at all. But yeah. And from what I heard, the main antagonist is a trans person. I don't really care either way. In my book, this person is never introduced, mind you, but there's a trans person existing in my universe, and it's just a random resident of New Columbia. But still, I don't care. I write black characters, gay characters. Some of my fairly big supporting characters do have different sexual orientations and shit. I don't got a problem with whatever you decide to do. If I did, I wouldn't play the first or second one. Simple as that. If I did, some of my writing would be heavily altered, don't you think? But the thing I have a problem with is that it's definitely forced. The reason why I struggled to even include a trans person in my book, or at least a trans person who was fully sex changed, is because I didn't know, like, would this be a thing that happens during this time? Now, Last of Us Part 2, the last normal year, I think, is 2013. That's when their outbreak starts. So it's possible. I don't know if this person is a sex change or not. I think it's a woman? I don't know if it was a man or if it was trying to be a man. I don't know. I know very basic stuff. Now, I'm not a diehard, like, crazy fanboy who's gonna be like, oh, I'll kill you if you don't like it, or, oh, I'll kill you if you do like it. I say like it, don't like it, I don't care. No matter what, I'm gonna buy it. Simply because of my love for the first game. Am I going to enjoy it? That's a whole other question. Am I even going to beat it? Depending on how the main dude dies, maybe not. If we have to kill
eyebrow scar
ourselves, no. Because I'm not doing that. You don't want to kill the main characters. You do not want to do that. Or at least, I don't. Let's just say that we would swap halfway through and play as the trans person and kill the other main character. That alone, knowing that you could possibly turn one of our favorite characters, the main character, into the quote-unquote antagonist, and possibly make us harm or kill them. Why would I buy that? But let's say it's a Batman game, and you switch to Frog Dude, just some random ass person, and you gotta kill the Batman. And it's very stupid too. You walk up to the Batman, you shoot him in the knees, and then you start caving his skull in with your boot. Why would anyone want that? The one question I really want answered, and you know it's never going to be answered, is why would you take what could have been an amazing franchise, an amazing series, and ruin it so bad? Now remember, none of the stuff mentioned in this is true or real in any way. Naughty Dog, you cannot strike down my content. I'm not going to suggest buying it. Naughty Dog, if you try to strike me, I'll fight it, and I'll threaten you with a lawsuit. Why not? Because that's breaking the law. That is breaking the law, because I'm not doing anything wrong. And all you guys, if you want, feel free to tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I am up for hearing anything. I mean, I'm still gonna buy it, so obviously I don't have problems with other people doing it. Yeah, you do you. Are you looking for a new horror novel to sink your teeth into? My novel, When Was, follows a man named John Miller, and tells his story as he navigates a world ruled by the dead. Finally forced to live, throughout this story, John meets man-eating men, militaristic psychopaths, a silver-tongued madman, and death himself. And out of those few antagonists mentioned, none are as evil as the flesh-eating monsters plaguing the earth. When Was is available on Amazon.com for under $9.99. Over 30 chapters, over 500 pages, at an extraordinarily low price. You can check out part 1 of the When Was series using any of the links below, and when you're on the store page, click on the preview and you can read some for free. But before you go, who are you acquainted with?